Hello, this is PlatinumArms, a review of the Ruger SR22. And if you like my video, please check out some of my other videos and please subscribe. If we safety check it real quick, this pistol will see that's unloaded. You can also put a finger and feel there's nothing in there. The magazines are empty. It comes with two 10-round magazines. They're both blued. And so basically this is 10+1 22 long rifle pistol. And they also come too with these little, you can put your thumb on them. It's like an assisted loading kinda. You can just pull it down and you just drop them in there. It makes it a little bit easier if you want. I think it's either way, it's easy myself, but you can also just pull them down and keep dropping them in real nicely. It also comes with a monster lock. It's a little crazy, I think, to give you this big of a lock with this gun. But you get a monster lock in there. It also comes with removable back straps too. So if you have a bigger hand, you can go with this. Most people, I believe, like the smaller one. That's what I've heard. I like the smaller ones, but I also have a smaller hand. And also too, they come with flush base plates on the magazines, but you can put a pinky extension on there if you want. I do like the flush magazine. If people can conceal this gun, like for concealed carry, they might like the flush one too. If you have a bigger hand, you might like the pinky extension one. I think this is just fine for myself, but either one you can go with. I do love this pistol a lot. I'm extremely happy with it, and I feel like I love this pistol more than I should. Mostly I use this as a range gun for practice. I don't actually ever carry this, but I just love this gun to death. Now if we jump into construction, the main thing about this gun, the best quality about this gun, is that it's reliable as heck. It feeds everything. That's what I love, because a lot of times the 22 pistols are a little bit finicky. I think 22s almost in general sometimes have problems feeding, extracting. This thing feeds everything, extracts everything. It's amazing. I've shot a lot of rounds through it. Federal bulk, Remington bulk, Winchester, all different brands too, like different brands of Remington, stuff like that. I shot all kinds of ammo through this thing, Blazer, and just feeds it all really nice. That's really the best quality about this gun. I mean, there's like a million things that's good about this gun, but I think it's important that when you have even a practice gun, you want it to shoot every time. You don't want to jam and have to unjam it and stuff like that. Now, another thing that's really nice about this gun is it's extremely accurate. That's probably the second best thing about this gun, because I prefer reliability a little bit more, but this thing is extremely accurate too. That's the first thing I noticed when I took this gun out of the box, was how accurate it was when I shot it. And one of the reasons it's so accurate is it does have a 3.5-inch barrel. So that's not too big of a deal being 3.5, but it's a bull barrel, and it's stainless steel, and it's fixed. So the barrel on this gun is amazing. I love it a lot. And if we go into other construction features about this, it is aluminum slide on this. I like that it's aluminum. If you see my other videos though, I prefer stainless steel, but this is a 22 pistol. So stainless steel might be too heavy, I'm guessing. But aluminum's going to be hard to rust, and it's also got a black ionized coating on it. It looks great. It's held up so far, but I take really good care of my pistols, so I'm hoping that it will hold up. One other problem I have heard, I believe this was in the early models. I don't think you have this problem anymore, but I heard this stainless steel slide release will actually get caught up on the slide, and you can get like little cracks and dents and can take chunks off this. I don't see any signs of wear on mine. And like I said, I believe it's just the original pistols that had that problem, because I haven't had any problems. And I guess if you did, you can always send it in. I mean, Ruger gives you a lifetime warranty, so that's not too big of a deal. But I like it though. Like I said, I do like it. I'd rather be aluminum than like a cheap steel or something that's just blued. So it is nice that at least it's aluminum, and that makes it lighter too. Now another thing is, what I like a lot too about this gun, you have to have the magazine in it, but it's single action or double action. So either one you can use. Okay, you can have double action, a little bit tougher pull, a little longer, single action lighter, and real short. So it gives you some options, and there's also too a decocker on it, which is really nice. A lot of times when you buy a 22 pistol, a lot of times they take stuff off of it. Like it'll just be single action, or it'll be single action, double action, but not have a decocker, just double action. So this has every feature like a normal, every feature a good quality pistol will have on a 22, which is nice. Okay, it also has Picatinny rail, in case you want to put accessories on it, lights, lasers, whatever. That's neat. It also too has front and back serrations on the pistol. That's not a big thing to me. I never use the front ones to cock the chamber around, you know, but you could. It's neat to have, I still think, regardless. You know, I don't use a feature, I still like to have it. It does come with a polymer guide rod. I wish it was stainless steel, but it is a 22. It probably doesn't need to be stainless steel because there's not as much going on. If it was like a 9, a 40, 45, I would definitely want the stainless steel guide rod. It still would be nice if it did have one, but it doesn't. But it, like I said, it's not that big of a deal because it is a 22. If we look on here, we got 3-dot polymer sights. I painted them. They normally don't come painted, but I think that works good in low light situations. And you can take this rear sight off, flip it around, and it'll just be black, and that way you only have your front sight. Just having your front sight makes it a little bit easier, I guess, to acquire your sights, and you get quicker follow-up shots and whatnot. But that's also, I think, you know, practice enough with 3 dots should be just the same about, probably. Some people prefer just the 1 dot in the front. Some like the 3 dots. I like the 3 dots myself, but I do paint them though to make it a little bit easier to see that front one. And if we talk about the trigger real quick, we go into that. The trigger is good. When it's double action, you know, it's about 7.5 pound trigger pull, which isn't bad. And that's for double action. I'm sorry, it's 7.5 pound. And single action, it's 4 pounds. So it's really light, it's short when it's in single action. And they say you can actually dry fire this gun. I don't like to dry fire it though, but they say you can. And you can get a gloved finger in the gun too, which is nice. And over here, it's got like little serrations, kind of little texture right here. So some people like to shoot like this, or maybe like it for some other reasons. I don't really use this either, but I still, like I said, I like that it's there. It's kind of neat, I still think, even though I don't use it. And stainless steel extractor, that's nice too. They didn't just put a cheap steel one in or something else. It's actually a steel extractor, stainless steel, which is nice. If we jump down to breakdown, this is probably about one of the easiest guns to break down. It's really easy. And all you do is I actually turn safety off, have it cocked back in single action, and you have the magazine out. And what there's like a takedown lever. You just pull this out, and then all you got to do is pull this slide all the way back, and then lift it up, and then walk it forward. And there it is, taken apart. You can see that it's got that fixed barrel in it. It's a nice barrel in there, easy to clean. And this is all steel too. All the main components are actually in the steel surrounding them, so it's pretty tough. I mean, I wish this was stainless, it's just probably blued, but it's still nice. And then if you look in here, this is your guide rod, just polymer one. Recoil spring, it's a nice recoil spring for a 22, but if you're used to like 9s, 40s, 45s, you'll notice that this is like kind of just looks like a cheap one. It almost looks like a cheap one, but it is a good quality spring for a 22. And if we we're gonna put it back together. But if we look real quick here, we're going to talk about safeties next, and there's a little firing pin block right there, which is nice to have. And sorry it's a little dirty, I shot it earlier. Now when you go to put this guide rod back in, there's actually a little hole in there, and I just put it right in that hole. And if you have your spring flipped, it won't go in there. So that's how you know if you got your recoil spring facing the right way. And I just kind of put it in here. So you get in that hole right there, so it actually went in like a little bit, maybe a 1/4 of an inch. And then right here, there's a hole right here at the bottom. That's where you put your recoil spring. So you get it in there, and then all you do is you pull it back, all the way back, and then you push it down and slide it forward. And then you put back up your takedown lever, and you can function test it, you know, make sure everything works good. You can try pulling the trigger if you want. Supposedly it doesn't hurt anything on this one. I just want it. Safeties, now we're jumping into that. I told you about the firing pin block. This gun does have a lot of safeties. It does have a manual safety. For self-defense, I don't like it. For the range, it doesn't bother me. In my opinion, I'm not a big fan of safeties. I do like firing pin block safeties, I do like that, but I don't like external safeties to get caught on. But the thing that sucks about this safety is it's backwards. You know, when you put it down, it's on safety, and you push it up, it's on fire. It's supposed to be the other way around. I have no idea why Ruger did that. I'm guessing they didn't want to make a perfect gun. They didn't want to be absolute perfect, so they had to make some kind of flaw in it. And that's it. Oh, it also has a skeleton hammer. I'm talking about safeties, but just something I forgot to mention, skeleton hammer on it. But it does have manual safety if you do like it. It also has a long trigger pull if you're carrying in double action. So if you're actually carrying in double action, that's a safety feature right there. And then lastly, it's got a mag disconnect safety. I do not like the mag disconnect safety personally, but I'm using it for like a range gun and a practice gun. I still wish it didn't have these safeties, you know, be more like my other guns. But it does got the mag disconnect safety too, okay? So there's quite a bit of safeties with it. We jump into size. This weighs 17.5 ounces, so it's actually light. I do like that. A lot of 22 pistols, well, not a lot, but there's a few that are kind of heavy, like the M&P full size. I mean, it is a full size, and it's probably made for practice with the full size, but it's kind of heavy. Had a big old heavy gun, and it was 12 rounds of 22. This one's nice and light and small and holds 10. And then you have, like, my HP 22 is extremely heavy. So for the size and whatnot, it's light and feels good in your hand. It looks real nice. Height-wise, it's 4.9 inches. To me, that doesn't bother me again because I use it as a range, but if you did concealed carry this, that is a little bit on the tall side in my opinion. And it's, if you look on the website, it says it's 1.29 inch thick. And if you feel it's kind of like, there ain't no way, it feels real thin. That's because they're doing these little safeties right here, your decocker. Those ones, if you measure from the outside, it's 1.29, but the rest of the gun overall on average is an inch. I think the slide's 0.95. I think the frame is 1.05, but they average out to be about an inch thick. So it's actually a thin gun. It is light, and the length is 6.4 inch. So that's not too bad, you know, if you did ever carry it. But I wouldn't carry it myself personally, just because it's a 22, and that's just my opinion. Don't want to offend anybody there. That's my opinion. If you like carrying 22s, that's fine. But if you did carry 22s, this is probably an amazing choice to go with, just because of the reliability and then the accuracy on top of that. So those are two big features for that. And like I said, it's thin, it's light, it's comfortable, it looks great. If you were going to conceal carry a 22, this would probably be something I'd consider. I mean, I guess there's smaller ones, but I don't think they're going to feed as good, and they're not going to be as accurate. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, check out some other videos, and please subscribe. Thanks.